Sophia wasn't the type to sit and cry over betrayal. She took action. If Nina wanted Ethan, she'd make sure it wasn't easy for her. It started with the little things. Whispers in the hallways. A cold stare here, an exaggerated laugh there. She made sure everyone knew that Nina was the kind of girl who would steal from her best friend. Soon people started picking sides. Some girls in their class stopped talking to Nina, acting like she was invisible. Nina noticed, and deep down, she knew exactly who was behind it. It wasn't long before rumors started spreading. She only got close to Sophia for her money. I heard she's been after Ethan since day one. She's pretending to be innocent, but she planned this all along. At first, Nina tried to ignore it, but it became impossible when people began staring at her like she was guilty of something terrible. Ethan was furious. You can't let them treat you like this. You need to fight back. But Nina just shook her head. And make things worse. That's exactly what she wants. Still, a seed of doubt was growing inside her. How far would Sophia go? It happened in the middle of their economics lecture. The professor handed back graded assignments, and when Nina reached for hers, Sophia let out a fake gasp. Oh wow, Nina! A perfect score again. He smirked. I guess it helps when you're dating someone rich. Who needs to study when you have Ethan to take care of everything? Laughter rippled through the class. Nina's face burned. That's not true. Sophia leaned back in her chair, eyes glinting with satisfaction. Sure it's not. The professor cautioned them. Nina clenched her fists under the desk. This wasn't just about their friendship anymore. Sophia wanted to destroy her. Ethan wasn't going to stand by and watch. After class he pulled Sophia aside. What's your problem? Sophia crossed her arms. My problem? My problem is that my so-called best friend lied to me and stole the guy she knew I liked. I was never yours to begin with, Ethan shot back. Sophia flinched, but she recovered quickly. You think she's innocent? She's been using you, Ethan. Just like she used me. Ethan took a deep breath, trying to stay calm. You don't know Nina like you think you do. And if you're so obsessed with ruining her life, maybe you should ask yourself why. For the first time, Sophia had no response. But that didn't mean she was done. Not even close. Nina had always been strong, but even she had limits. That night, she sat in her dorm room, staring at her phone. Dozens of messages flooded in. Some from classmates, some from people she didn't even know. Gold digger. Fake friend. She swallowed the lump in her throat. Should she call Sophia? Try to fix things. But then she thought about the humiliation, the rumors, the way Sophia had turned people against her. No, she won't, she said. There was nothing left to fix. A single tear slipped down her cheek as she whispered to herself, I didn't deserve this. But deep down she feared that maybe, just maybe, she did. Sophia wasn't satisfied yet. She needed to make Nina feel the same pain she felt, so she thought. That weekend, at a college party, she spotted Ethan across the room. He was alone, sipping his drink, looking deep in thought. A slow, cunning smile stretched across her lips. If Nina wanted Ethan, then she'd make sure she lost him. For good. Sophia watched Ethan from across the party, waiting for the right moment. With a confident stride, she walked up to him, her eyes shimmering with false innocence. Hey, she said softly, touching his arm. Ethan raised an eyebrow. What do you want, Sophia? She sighed dramatically. I want to fix things. This drama between us, it's exhausting. She leaned in slightly. I miss my best friend. Ethan scoffed. You mean the one you turned against the whole school? Sophia ignored his words. Look, let's just have fun tonight. No drama, no fights. Just drinks and good music. Ethan hesitated, and that was all Sophia needed. She handed him a drink. To new beginnings. Ethan sighed but clinked his cup against hers. Sophia smirked. The trap was set. The music was loud, the drinks were strong, and soon Ethan's thoughts became hazy. Sophia stayed by his side, laughing at his jokes, acting like nothing had ever gone wrong between them. "Let's take a picture," she whispered, pulling out her phone. Ethan barely reacted as she wrapped her arms around him and snapped a few photos. A few minutes later, she excused herself and sent the pictures straight to Nina, along with a message. "You should have never trusted him." Nina's phone buzzed. She picked it up, her heart sinking the moment she saw Sophia's name. Then she opened the picture. Ethan, his arm around Sophia, their faces close together, looking like more than just friends. Her chest tightened as she read the message. "You should have never trusted him." Nina swallowed hard. Maybe Sophia was lying. Maybe this was just another trick. But the pain in her heart whispered otherwise. For the first time, she didn't know who to believe. And that hurt more than anything. The next day, Nina walked into class, her mind clouded with 1,000 thoughts. Ethan approached her, concern etched into his face. "Nina, are you okay?" She stared at him, her voice colder than she intended. "Did you have fun last night?" Ethan frowned. "What?" She pulled out her phone, showing him the picture. "Is this what you call fixing things?" Ethan's expression darkened. "You think something happened between me and Sophia?" Nina folded her arms. "You tell me." Ethan exhaled sharply. "Nina, you know me better than that. Sophia is messing with you. Again." But Nina hesitated. And that hesitation broke something inside Ethan. "You really don't trust me, do you?" he whispered. Before she could respond, he turned and walked away. And for the first time, Nina felt like she was losing him. Sophia watched from a distance, smiling to herself as she saw Ethan walk away from Nina. It had worked. Nina was doubting him. It was perfect. But she wasn't done yet. No, this was only the beginning. Because if she couldn't have Ethan, then neither could Nina. Days passed and things only got worse. Nina felt isolated, trapped in a storm she couldn't escape. Sophia was everywhere, spreading lies, twisting the truth, making her look like the villain. Ethan barely spoke to her anymore, and the worst part, she wasn't even sure if he was the one pulling away or if she was the one pushing him. One evening, as she sat alone in her dorm, staring at her phone, she made a decision. She couldn't stay silent anymore. Sophia wanted a fight. She was going to get one. "I've been silent for too long," Nina said. The next morning, she walked into class, head held high, ignoring the stares and whispers. She marched straight to Sophia, who was laughing with her friends. Sophia looked up, feigning innocence. "Oh, Nina. What's wrong?" "Trouble in paradise." Nina dropped her bag on the table with a loud thud. "You think you can break me?" Sophia tilted her head. "Sweetheart, I already have." Nina took a deep breath. "Not anymore." Then, she did something Sophia didn't expect. She pulled out her phone and pressed play. A recording. Sophia's voice came through, clear and sharp. "I don't care if it ruins her life. Nina doesn't deserve anything I want." The entire class went silent. Sophia's smirk disappeared. For the first time, she looked worried. She had mistakenly pressed record button when she sent Nina those pictures, so Nina heard all that she whispers to herself. Gasps filled the room as more students gathered around. Sophia stood up quickly, reaching for Nina's phone. "Turn that off." But it was too late. Ethan had heard everything. His eyes locked onto Sophia's, filled with disbelief and anger. "So this was all a game to you?" Sophia opened her mouth, but no words came out. For the first time she had no excuse, no way out. Ethan turned to Nina. His expression was unreadable. "Why didn't you tell me sooner?" Nina's heart clenched. "Did you give me the chance to?" Ethan hesitated. And that silence was enough. Nina turned and walked out of the classroom. For the first time she wasn't running away. She was walking towards something better. Sophia tried to regain control. She spread new rumors, twisting the story, making it seem like Nina had faked the recording. But this time no one believed her. People began to whisper behind her back. Friends stopped answering her messages. Sophia clenched her fists. She wasn't going down like this. She had one last move left. And if she was going to lose, she'd make sure Nina lost everything too.